What is up, YouTube? We're back again with Dr. Eric Weschelberger, and we're going to be talking a little bit again today about his product, his successes, and literally his first month selling on Amazon. So, Dad, let us know how crazy it's been. I know some crazy sales have been happening for you. What does it feel like? You put in a lot of work. How do you feel right now?
I feel very good. When I first started, if I got one sale, I would be ecstatic. Now I'm getting up to 10 sales a day. And I'm almost out of inventory. So I've had to order new inventory so I just don't run out. So that's something you all how to be aware of, that don't wait till the last minute to order, because if you get people buying your product and you run out, then you're just shut down essentially. So that's the biggest thing I had to pay attention to.
Yeah, so you pretty much had a few different variations, and in the first video we did, if you haven't seen that, I'll link that up here for you guys to watch. But we talked about his product, which is really competitive as a matter of fact, but we looked at his listing. It's really good. It stands out amongst all the other competitors with its images and his coupon that we have on it, which look really good. I mean, he got hooked up with an account representative who gave him, tell him about that, the deal of the day and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a page on Amazon that it's called Best Deals. So he was able to get me on the Best Deals page, where you have to have a minimum of 15% off your product price. So if you have a low price of $40, you got to go 15% below that to be on that deals page. And that gave me great exposure.
Yeah, let's show him your sales a little bit because he is doing, 10 and 8 sales a day of a $50 product. I'll just show you guys a little bit here kind of close up. I mean, you can see the graph just steadily increasing, and the deal of the day is pretty much helping him rank closer to the first page. And I mean,
I'm at almost at $3,000, and I haven't even sold but 3 weeks now, and I'm at $3,000 in customer sales. I didn't think I would be there in 3 weeks.
And that's not even his big product, but his competitive one, like we're talking about, this is actually a return, and we can touch on that a little bit. The customer said this was a defective item, and they do that sometimes to just get free shipping back into Amazon. But as Dad can tell you, this thing works fine.
It works fine. I tested it today. I'm going to give it to Luke so he can track his fitness. But, it's a little downer. You make all this effort into trying to make sales. You got a nice letter to the customer that purchased your product. I use Feedback Whiz. They got a template. You can set up your welcome letter. Thank you for buying my product. Here's what to be aware of, and hope to hear from you again. And then somebody returns it. So that's a little downer, but I'm making more sales than returns, obviously. And I think it's just something that a customer, not a patient, but a customer simply didn't want, and they returned it because it's not defective. It works just fine.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just a notification for Alibaba because, like we said, yeah, I mean, you got to hold it right here. But
okay. Oh, I turned on. Okay.
So pretty much he had to get ASAP on reordering his new inventory because this is the black Nautilus, which is his watch that he is pretty much branding. He has 2 other colors, 2 variations, the blue and the red, and it was kind of a wise decision to have those other variations. Why did you want to do that? Give customers more opportunity to buy, or like?
That's right. I mean, I've got 3 variations on this particular tracker here, fitness tracker, and people don't want the red one. So now I know I probably won't order the red one again. They want the blue and the black. So setting up a variation, I think, does matter, because not everybody's going to want just one color, but then you can narrow it out over time that people only want these colors, maybe not the red.
And he also just did a smaller test batch. How many units of these did you get each? Like 60 units?
I got 70 of the black and 65 of the red, 65 blue. But now I just reordered 200 black and 100 blue because I don't want to run out in the next 30 days again, because my sales are getting up and up and up.
Yeah, so my dad also was looking into other tools he can use, and I like the Seller mobile app. And that makes your phone go cha-ching every time you get a sale. I love that. And what else does it do for you, Dad?
Well, you can, other than just using what Amazon can provide you, you can actually use some of their tools that show you bar graphs, pie charts, and you can see how you're doing on sales. I thought it was pretty cool. They have a map of the United States, because that's currently where I'm selling, where they show demographic of where your sales are coming from. So a lot of sales out in New York and California. So that's nice to track where all those sales are coming from.
Yeah, that's actually really smart, because if you get bigger and you want to do targeted ads, you can, in Facebook, target specific states and things like that and really hone in if a certain state wants to buy these more. You know, I get a lot of orders out of Texas, Florida, because my product is kind of for skincare in sunny areas. So that's something that, you know, you really need to pay attention to if you're in that kind of a product. But as far as reviews go, how many reviews do you have? And do you think that they've helped your sales start to spike?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of reviews, but on this tracker, I have 2 reviews. But I noticed that potential buyers are looking at those reviews and they are saying, this helped me. So I got more of those people responding that way. Instead of writing their own review, they're almost persuaded because of the review to buy the product, but they're saying this was helpful.
Yeah,
and one lady commented, she says, I'm going to buy it for Father's Day. Thank you for your great review, and I'm going to buy it. So she actually responded that way, and that's appreciated.
That's how important these reviews are, and he's talking about leaving a helpful vote on the review. Customers are reading those, and the one that he got is literally like a paragraph long, multiple paragraphs, and that really, you know, increases your conversions when you see those good things. Now, we do need to focus on his feedback whiz templates to get him more reviews, because, you know, if you get a few bad reviews, that could really hurt your sales.
But I did play with that last night. I spent a half hour and I kind of reworded my template under Feedback Whiz to just get a little bit more specific. Your review is very helpful. You're helping other customers make a decision by your unbiased review. So I kind of tweaked it a little bit, and yeah, just don't settle on one type of explanation for your potential customers. Just fine tune it, and that's what I did. I think that's helping.
Yeah, it's all about optimizing, and that's what we want to do on our listings and everything else. Like, you really went above and beyond, like studying. You went into your competitors. You looked at what Alibaba had to say about your product. What all did you do to optimize your listing? Because I think you did a really good job on that.
Well, I did review similar products, and I would do that. If you have a product in your mind and you want to sell that particular product, look at what other people are doing. I compared product to product, and I discovered there's a lot of mistakes out there. Some people can't even write a sentence, it seems. You know, they need a professional to do it. But I put my words together. I have a good explanation. I think people trust that. If you can't even word a sentence properly, I think people will move on to the next product. So compare your competitors' explanation of what the product can do and what it is, and then put something together so your listing is thorough and you can be confident it's going to work for you. I haven't even had to tweak my listing information.
Right. So what you guys want to do is drop some comments down below and let us know what you want to see in the next video, what we have with Dad on the channel. But his main product that's going to have more revenue coming in with big profit margins is in stock right now, and we're going to start doing some PPC and start advertising that thing to get it some sales. And who knows, he could be right up there, what I'm doing, like $30K a month in sales, and that's going to be insane.
I'm going to surpass you.
Whoa.
Hey, got to be confident. And I'm not going to compete with anybody. I just want to make my sales and be happy with what I'm doing. You're going to have to jump in, spend your couple dollars here to get your products out there, and the profits will come in. I'm really happy. I'm still in the red. I've spent more money on my product than I've gotten in return, but my sales are coming in. I'm going to break even before I know it. So you got to keep going.
You have a ton of units left. That's what you're going to make money on. And you can make profit when you still have a lot of units left, and then that's just added profit on top. But tell us, and some of the new guys like who are struggling with product research, they want to find this home run product. You jumped into a super competitive one. How did you find these products?
Being in the medical industry, I wanted to stay with a health and maybe a beauty product. So that was my niche. If you have some idea of maybe outdoor activities or beautification, I don't know.
Did you use a tool? Like I taught you how to use Jungle Scout. You went through my course. Like, that's how you learn to sell on Amazon, though. Like, you had to write a book.
Well, I used Jungle Scout. That was the one thing. You can go onto Amazon, pull up a particular line of products, and then I opened up Jungle Scout, and I could see how many reviews some of those products received and how many sales they made per day, per month, revenue. It's all there. So that's a big tool that will tell you, wow, maybe I can be competitive. Remember, this tracker, fitness tracker, there's like over 50,000 of them out there, and yet I'm making 10 sales a day. So, and I expect to double and triple that as people get familiar with it. And the name, you know, I have a brand name, so maybe you can think in those terms too. If you start getting popular, put your brand name out there. Not some obscure name. I see some obscure names out there that you can't even pronounce, and go that route.
So yeah, if you're selling in the U.S. market, a lot of U.S. customers are going to notice if a Chinese seller's selling and they're just not making any sense and their brand just sounds totally whack. So they're going to pay a lot more attention to the guy who's, you know, selling with U.S. grammar and proper English in their entire listing and even their brand name. But I think we're probably going to wrap it up here. Dad's doing well, on his way to breaking 5K within a month, pretty much.
Oh, I'm pretty much, you know, I'm going to break 3K tonight, and I expect by the end of the week I could be up there.
Yeah, and I mean every day now it's, you know, 8 and 10 sales. So, and his product is, you know, going to be around $50. The next product he's got is around $200.
So the profit there is well over about $115 to $20. So, you know, you got your expenses. You got to pay for the product, negotiate with your supplier on, hey, listen, you got it listed for $40. How about 35? And they might go to 37. At least you won there. And maybe the next order you can get lower. In fact, on my reorder of this product, I negotiated with the supplier and he lowered my price. And the next time I'll ask for it to go even lower. Keep going.
So how'd you get into this? What made you do it? This is the last thing, like advice for people on the fence thinking, wow, Luke's dad's selling on Amazon in 1 month. Is it really that easy? It's, you know, it's tell them how much freaking work it was, but, you know.
Yeah, you got to learn because everything, again, is foreign. You don't even understand some of the words, you know, linked to Amazon, some of their terminology. But, hey, I got a full-time job. I'm a full-time worker, and yet I could make time to do this. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You just got to understand what you're doing. And Luke's course, again, I think can provide that. I reviewed his course more than once just so I can understand it. I told you that in the first video. I went through one module and then I did it again, and it became much more familiar. But yeah, use the tools. The course is one aspect. Knowing the other tools out there like Feedback Whiz, Canva, and how you produce your imaging, because I've seen some images online, they don't even follow the protocol, and I'm surprised Amazon hasn't even taken them down. So make sure you follow the rules.
Yeah, and I mean the course and learning is one thing, but also sticking with it. Like Dad, when he was studying, he went hard when it was snowing out here for like 4 days in a row and just eight hours a day almost, just learning it and not taking couple hours here, coming back 3 days later, because then it's going to take you a lot longer.
But that doesn't say that people out there can't pick it up quicker. I mean, everybody's brain can digest a little bit differently, but you got to have the tool. Otherwise, you know, you are guessing, and great, you got your product and nobody's buying it. You got to promote. You got to get the right templates to keep people interested. You got to maybe do stuff with YouTube, like, you know,
influencers.
There's ways to go over the top if you want to be really successful. You can be mediocre or you can be a slug.
And you might need, you know, a little mentorship in it too. Like if you just...
Yeah, if you weren't here, it's for me to ask you periodic questions. So I got the advantage here of Luke, but really, he's let me run on my own. Now and then I'll call him and ask a brief question. I could have probably figured it out, but because he's a tool right near me, I call him. So if he's going to mentor you under the course, you know, he's there as well for you.
All right, guys, we'll be back with another vid. Drop those comments. Let us know what you want to see in the next one. Subscribe for more, and don't forget to drop a thumbs up on it. We'll see you in the next video.
All right.
Peace out.
Thanks.